Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Woo, bad news. The Supreme Court has just ruled that Donald Trump, your president, tariffs are illegal. Needless to say, Trump woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Yeah, fam, they say he went crazy. He was kicking people and punching and threatening and saying he's gonna do all kinds of stuff to people. He wouldn't eat. You know it's something bad when he won't eat. He wouldn't eat. Blood pressure shot up. Yeah, man, it was crazy this morning in the White House. Anyway, fam, let's get into the story. We got Supreme Court rules most Trump tariffs illegal and major setback for economic agenda. The Supreme Court on Friday ruled President Donald Trump does not have the authority to unilaterally impose sweeping tariffs on nearly every country under Federal Emergency Powers Act, a law, delivering a significant blow to the president's signature economic policy. The High Court ruled that the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, or IEEPA, does not authorize the president to impose tariffs. The Supreme Court divided 6-3, with Chief Justice John Roberts delivering the opinion for the court. Justices Brett Kavanaugh, Clarence Thomas, no surprise, and Samuel Alito dissented. The IEEPA contains no reference to tariffs or duties. The government points to no statute in which Congress used the word regulate to authorize taxation. And until now, no president has read IEEPA to confer such power, Roberts wrote in a portion of the decision joined by Justices Neil Gorsuch and Amy Coney Barrett. We claim no special competence in matters of economics or foreign affairs. We claim only, as we must, the limited role assigned to us by Article 3 of the Constitution. Fulfilling that role, we hold that IEEPA does not authorize the president to impose tariffs. The legal battle over Trump's tariffs marked the first in which the Supreme Court evaluated the legal merits of one of his second-term policies. The High Court has allowed the president to enforce many of his plans temporarily while legal proceedings move forward. But its decision invalidating Mr. Trump's global tariffs is the most significant loss of his second term so far. I ain't got no problem with that. This laugh is for all you Trump supporters. I know y'all watching. Y'all see Donald Trump name and y'all come running with your tongue hanging out. Trump, what is he saying about NASA? What is he saying about our supreme leader? Trump. Yeah, man. That's how I go. That's how I go, boy. They love some Trump. I mean, a dude who ain't really done nothing. He ain't really accomplished nothing. He's the biggest thief in the world. He's the biggest grifter that has ever walked the halls of the White House and that has ever occupied the Oval Office. But yet they love him, even though he's stealing their tax dollars to enrich himself. They just love him for some reason. I don't know. Maybe he did something. Maybe he cast a spell or something. I don't know. But wow, finally, the damn Supreme Court makes a ruling in favor of America. Because, you know, with this identity politics and this party over policy thing that's been going on, it's like they don't see nothing but what Trump wants. It don't matter how it hurts the economy. It doesn't matter how it hurts Americans. It's whatever Trump wants, that's what he gets. But that's what happens when you don't have checks and balances, when you give one person too much power. It happens in every discipline you can think of. You give one person too much power and that person goes unchecked. Say, man, it's hard once you let that genie out of the bottle, once you create that monster, it is extremely hard to control it. And they created this monster. Yeah. Yeah. This is not MAGA, but mega. This is mega news. This could reshape history because him, a lot of people think, oh man, it's just a tax, no big deal. No, man, this affects trade worldwide. This affects how small businesses operate. A lot of small businesses are taking hits right now. I don't know if y'all know that. And I know a lot of us don't care nothing about the big businesses, but a lot of small businesses are taking big hits right now. They can't get their products because of the tariffs that Trump imposed. See, we thinking that, oh man, it's no big deal, man. We got, we just collected $170 billion in tariffs. Yeah, but where is that money going to? See, the Supreme Court don't even know how that money is going to be used. For all they know, it could end up in a private Trump bank account offshore. They have no idea how the money is going to be used. And so what did Trump say? Hey, just take my word. I'm going to do the right thing with the money. Just take my word. That's pretty much the way things have been going. They just, he says he's going to do this, and nobody is checking him. This is what makes me believe, fam, that they're all in on it. The fact that he's going unchecked, that's what makes me believe that they're all in on it. All of it is just propaganda. And make no mistake, Trump got some juice, but he ain't got the ultimate juice. There's somebody behind pulling the strings. He is not the puppet master. He is being controlled by greater forces. He ain't the end all be all. No president has that type of juice. No president has that type of juice. So he is being controlled. But what the people that's behind the scene figured out was, as long as they can put some money in his pocket, he'll do anything. As long as they can put the cameras in his face and just make it seem like he's in control and he can push people around, and because Trump is all about perceived power. He just wants people to bow down and kiss the ring, respect me, bow down, kiss the ring, put his name on stuff. They know he's the most vanity-driven president of all time, politician of all time. So he just wants his name on stuff. This dude just filed, his family just filed trademarks to have an airport renamed in his name. And what they're going to do is they're going to control much of the merchandise and things that are being sold at the airport. So they're going to brand it as a Trump thing. And his family is going to make money off of the items that's sold in the airport. Usually, a president, well, not just usually, but in every case historically, a president wouldn't get an airport named after him until after he dies. You wouldn't get a street, or a lot of things wouldn't happen until after he died. It would be in memoriam, but he's the first living president to have these things, have his name go up on buildings and, government buildings and airports and things of that nature. I can't wait till his ass is replaced and then all of that stuff come down. I can't wait. Remember when they were toppling Saddam Hussein and they were destroying the street signs and statues and the schools, anything that beared his name, books and all of that kind of stuff? Remember when they did that? And at the same time, they was telling us that those names didn't matter. It didn't matter that his name was in books or on buildings or whatever. He doesn't have any power. They put names on streets. They put names on buildings. They put names on airports, schools for a reason. It does something to people psychologically. It immortalizes people, and it makes people look up. It makes them revered to an extent. So they know exactly what they're doing when they put names on the money. They put presidents' faces on money. These white faces on money. They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing when they name all of the downtown streets after all of these thugs and hoodlums and corrupt, diabolical generals. They know exactly what they're doing when they put their names on these statues. But, you know, this is not the end all be all. They said that Trump, pretty much his administration, they did not provide enough evidence to justify those tariffs. So, you know how they do, they go right back to the drawing board and come back with some other type of paperwork. Everything they've ever done that was demonic, that hurt people, that destroyed people, they just go in and they make it some type of law. They get the law to sign off on it. They make it, they create some type of legislation. They go in that room overnight, boom, they put it out there. Next thing you know, it's legal. And as long as it's legal, they can get away with it. That's how they got away with slavery. They made it legal. They legalized it. So anytime that something is immoral, something is demonic, it ain't right, just legalize it. And they're very, very good at doing that. What I want to know is, hell, when can we get a refund? That's what I want to know. When can we get the refund? When can we get that refund? Yeah, he was talking about tariffs, you know, how you going to save the American people all this money and how you going to break bread. Where the money, man? Cut the check, sucker. Yeah. Cut the check. Yeah. Shit, I was trying to do me. I was going to do a little happy dance at first, and then I thought about it. I said, hold on, man, this could be a banana in the tailpipe. You know, they like to bait and switch, you know, so you can't celebrate too fast. You know, can't celebrate too fast. But bad news couldn't happen to a greater guy, you know. Bad news couldn't happen to a greater guy. I'm going to do some shout outs real quickly, fam, and I'm going to shut this live down. Let's see, where we at? S. Lucky, Will Jackson, what up? Big Dog, Kalamazoo, Michigan, checking in. China, what's up, China? Is that Al Cosmic? 5 Lucky Ducky. What up, Lucky Ducky? Connie Hodge. What it do? Now, at this point, fam, they're behind. They, you know, we talking interest. That 2,000 need to be 20,000. You know, since they just arbitrarily just threw numbers out, you know, hey, we can do the same thing. 20,000, sucker, cut the check. $2,000 good. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's all right, man. But, you know, like, it ain't going to make nobody come up. We need some come up money. Victoria Jones, what's up? I think 20,000. I think no matter what your situation is, if you got $20,000 and you're disciplined, you can make yourself a millionaire. But you got to be disciplined. You got to be disciplined to the point where you do not live above your means, because that's the biggest reason. That's the biggest thing that keep people from having financial security, is living above their means. And boy, they work on us every single day here in America. They make us think that we're less than if we don't have certain things. And then you throw in that damn Instagram and you see people out here allegedly living that life. You see that, you know, now you don't want to save to go on vacation. You want to use your credit card to go on a vacation, you know? So that discipline is something different. If you can hold back, if you can just be patient and deny yourself some short-term satisfaction for long-term satisfaction, just hunker down, stack your chips, do your investments, whatever you got to do, however you're going to do it, and get to a point to where you take that money and let your money make money for you. You'll be unstoppable. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.